I'm Carol Angela Davis. Thank you for joining me on October 6th. This is your reality news check. I'm coming to you, as you know, via Skype. We want to give you your headlines. We want to say, go get them. Occupy Wall Street. They are doing it down in Lower Manhattan. Also today, the banksters. They're at it again. Why am I not surprised? Also, because they're so greedy. Also, Senate Democrats and the Obama jobs plan. Why are these guys in office, folks? These people have to be replaced. Plus, Eric Cantor and his usual mean tactics. We'll tell you about him. Then your electric bills. They're about to go up. Also, in D.C. this weekend, is it an anti-gay rally? Also, today, they call her the cannibal bride. Will she be paroled? Yeah. All right, let's begin. We'll take a look at the Occupy Wall Street movement as protesters rally. This is the third week of those rallies, folks. Who's joining the movement? Well, a citywide college walkout in Boston. Also, hundreds of nurses from the Massachusetts Nurses Association. They rallied in Boston as part of the opening day activities for a national nursing convention. You know, there's an Occupy Boston, obviously, an Occupy Wall Street, an Occupy Chicago, an Occupy Los Angeles. Several unions have also endorsed the Occupy Wall Street movement. They plan to join the protesters. We're talking about the Transport Workers Union Local 100. That union is in support. So is the United Federation of Teachers and Folks. You should know the UFT is the sole bargaining agent for most non-supervisory New York City public school teachers with 200,000 members. That's right, folks. Besides New York and Boston, we told you about Chicago and Los Angeles. Protests were also held all over the country in small cities all around the country. The major media is not reporting this, but they happen, folks, and they are happening. Keep it moving. And if you're in New York, please get down to Wall Street and help these folks out. All right, also the banksters, they're at it again. Now Citibank is slapping customers with a bunch of fee hikes on checking accounts. That's right, folks. Starting in December, if you're a customer and you hold its Citibank's mid-level Citibank account, you're going to be charged $20 a month if you fail to maintain a minimum balance of $15,000. Can you imagine? First they take your house, then they take your job, then they say, oh, by the way, if you don't have a minimum balance of $15,000, you have to pay us $20 a month for your account. So if you don't have the 20, you know, we're all living paycheck to paycheck. You get down, you got $19 left. They charge you $20. Not only do you pay the $20, you know they're going to charge you a $35 over. These people are gangsters, okay? There is no drug dealer in America, no mafiosa in America that's worse than these people, all right? Now, that's in your $15,000 in your combined accounts, but I'd be willing to bet that if you've lost your house, first of all, if you had $15,000, you'd have saved your house. If you lost your house and your job, you don't have $15,000 in your combined accounts because you don't even have combined accounts anymore. You just have whatever you can have. All right, previously, account holders had to carry a minimum balance of $6,000. Now, at the same time, customers who have the bank's easy checking account will start being charged a $15 a month fee if they don't carry a minimum balance of $6,000. Also, Citi is phasing out that easy checking package, which, of course, currently has no monthly fee. Just so low down. All right, so, you know, it's a problem all the way around, okay? Now, we should say that the Citibank fee hikes come just days after Bank of America, of course, announced it's going to charge a $5 fee for debit card purchases, which means at the end of the month you might get charged an overdraft fee. So not only is it $5, it's $5 plus $35. You got a $45 debit card fee. That's right, folks. Get rid of the debit card. Also, we should tell you that Wells Fargo, J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, J.P. Morgan Chase, SunTrust, and Regions Financial have also rolled out similar fees in select markets in recent weeks, which means they're testing the resistance to see if they can put it on everybody. Get to Wall Street and help Occupy Wall Street, or any place in your town. Get with the progressives and get the job done. Also today, Senate Democrats, they said no to President Obama's proposal to raise taxes on families making over $250,000. I said Senate Democrats. These Democrats do not have clean hands. They got to go. They got to go. All right, instead they want to raise the threshold to $1 million, folks. That's right, in an attempt to win more Democratic votes. Democratic leaders say they want to impose a 5% surtax on the tax liability of millionaires, which would raise about $445 billion over 10 years. That's roughly the cost of Obama's jobs proposal. Folks, let me tell you something. 5% on most millionaires is not enough. So if they're asking for 5, we know we need 10. All right, and even with all this, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid said he is not certain the jobs package will gain unanimous Democratic support. See, they don't care. They don't understand how bad the jobs picture is, and they don't care. They got to pass it and move on. We got to make them do it, and if they won't do it, they got to go. All right, now, House Majority Leader Eric Cantor, the nerve of him to flatly reject President Obama's call for the House and Senate to hold a vote on the jobs bill by the end of the month. Cantor says the full bill, of course that's the American Jobs Act, will not get a vote in the House of Representatives. Cantor says this all-or-nothing approach is unreasonable. Eric, the only thing unreasonable is you. Instead, Cantor announced the House will take up several measures this month he believes that House Republicans and the White House agree on, including what the Republicans want, not what we need, what they want, including the 3 pending free trade agreements with Korea, Colombia, and Panama. Let's just hope we can send some more jobs overseas, folks. I guess enough of us aren't broken since Eric has his, and he's an I got mine kind of guy. We're about to lose more. All right, and then what a weekend in the nation's capital. Anti-gay groups are sponsoring a conference there known as the Values Voter Summit. And what a values platform they have, folks. The Family Research Council, which hosts the event, reportedly maintains that Christian freedoms suffer every time LGBT rights are protected. The American Family Association, a co-sponsor, says that gay people orchestrated the Holocaust. Yeah. And we're responsible for the killing of 6 million Jews. I don't think any one of these people has read a single solitary history book in their entire lives. And when you have ignorance running the country, you got a problem. Let's look at your household. How many times has your electric bill gone up in the last 12 months? Well, apparently all across the country, utilities are seeking permission to pass on hundreds of millions of dollars in new charges to customers. That's right, folks. They say they need the money to help upgrade aging infrastructures and build new or retrofitted power plants that comply with tougher environmental regulations. And you know the drill, folks. Those costs get passed on to us. And don't forget that Congress is in the process of cutting crucial programs, folks. Some of them are programs that help people on fixed incomes pay their utility bills. This while the Republicans stomp their little feet instead of bringing that jobs bill for a vote. Let's pass the jobs bill, get back to work. We don't need the energy programs. We pay our own bills. Thank you. All we need is a job, okay? All right, you should know that at least 16 utilities covering 6.1 million customers are reportedly seeking rate hikes of 5% or more. Almost half of those want increases of 10% or more. And if you're in these states, your bills have already gone up or they are going up right away. All right, close to 3 million customers in parts of Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and West Virginia. They get their electricity from American Electric Power. They have seen their rates increase between 48 and 88% over the last few years. Those rates are expected to rise again 10 to 35% in the next 3 years. In Wyoming, the roughly 135,000 households and businesses getting their electricity from Rocky Mountain Power will see their bills go up twice this year alone. In South Carolina, Duke Energy has requested a 17% increase in residential rates to pay for new power plants and environmental compliance measures. And Alaska Electric Light and Power got a 24% residential rate hike to deal with inflation and to build a new hydro project. And in Florida, where we know you got to use your air conditioning, Gulf Power has requested a 10% increase. All right, folks? All right, now, finally today, folks, from Santa Ana, California, a woman who killed her newlywed husband, chopped and cooked his body parts over Thanksgiving weekend in 1991, is up for parole. She is Omaima Nelson. She's an Egyptian-born former model and nanny. Well, apparently the murder was very grisly. Police say she was then 23. She killed her husband, dismembered the body, put the body parts through a garbage disposal that neighbors say ran nonstop in the hours after the murder. Police say they even found some of the husband's body parts in garbage bags mixed with the Thanksgiving leftovers. Yuck! Okay. The man's hands, the husband's hands, had been fried in oil, his head boiled and stuffed in a freezer. Now, her psychiatrist testified that she confessed to cooking her husband's ribs barbecue style and tasting them, but later denied engaging in cannibalism. Her defense attorney says she was circumcised as a child, get this, folks, which made sex extremely painful and was repeatedly raped and abused by her husband in the weeks that after the couple wed, and of course right before the murder. Now, her appeals attorney says she had chopped up her husband in an effort to avoid meeting him in the afterlife in accordance with Egyptian mythology. Whew. I'm Carol Angela Davis. Thanks for joining me. See you Friday. Have a good day.